Welcome back again. Look, we're still having a lot of fun with all of this, and Arlette is still telling me more and more and more. During the break, we were covering several things, and I'm going to let her tell you about that as well. But before, as we ended the last segment, we're talking about some of the people and some of the other things.
Right.
So you want to go ahead?
I do. I want to mention again the great partners that we have in this destination, the great citizens that we have that help our tourists to have a better experience while they're here.
Okay.
Whether it be by giving directions or just a friendly smile. Customer service is so important, and I think we have some of the best. I really do.
And this is a friendly community.
It's a friendly community,
yes.
And tourism takes place in the community. And I know I've said that before, but I can't say it enough, because the traveler is sometimes lost or tired,
yep.
often both, and we have great people here. I received phone calls saying, you know, I absolutely enjoyed my stay in Pahrump. I really like the people, which leads us to tourism is the front door for economic development. Many people contact me and say, I'm going to relocate there. I'm going to move to Pahrump, and I'm going to bring my business here.
Okay.
And so that's one of the advantages of having all these tourists visit our destination. But I know I really wanted to give a shout out to the businesses here, all of them. Not just our hotels and attractions, but to the businesses that help us and assist us in guiding the visitor, promoting Pahrump. One of the best things is when someone says, what's there to do in Pahrump? I'm always saying to people, oh, please send them to visitpahrump.com, because all of our events are listed there. All of the attractions are listed there. If they're in need of a hotel or a cabin, bed and breakfast, everything is listed on visitpahrump.com.
Can they book right through that website?
They can. There's a booking engine on the website.
Okay.
We refer to that as Book Direct. They can book right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it gives them everything that's available.
Not only does it give you everything available in Pahrump, but it also gives you an Explore section, which includes all of the outlying areas. And there's a link to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page, and YouTube. So I'd love for everybody to check that out. I'm really pleased with how we have increased our presence in the marketplace.
I want to say one other thing, and this is something Arlette and I have not talked about. She did mention that a lot of times when she's looking at her budget and other things, it goes through the commissioners. And I want to correct that, because it's not the commissioners, it's the town board. It's the commissioner sitting as the town board.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
A lot of people say, well, we don't have a town board anymore, and we do.
We do.
We have a town board. Those are our commissioners sitting as the town board.
Yes, absolutely. And I report to the town manager, which is Tim Sutton.
Yes.
Yes.
Who is also the county manager.
Correct.
And we love it. Mm-hmm. Some people have talked about having another town board. That's for another discussion at another time. Not something
Thank you.
that I'm interested in.
Yeah, I serve to the pleasure of the town board, town manager, board of county commissioners, and
yes.
county manager. Excuse me, and that is one of the great aspects of my job. There's no doubt. Without the support, we wouldn't be able to do
absolutely
all that we do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say enough about our commissioners. They support. I handle a lot of things with veterans. People know that. Mm-hmm. But everything I've asked for through the commissioners, through the county manager, town manager, they have all said yes. And we get 5-0 votes. Mm-hmm. So all 5 commissioners support everything for the veterans.
Yes, I agree with you. I couldn't say enough about how nice it is to be fully supported in our projects,
yes.
Not just marketing projects, but administrative duties, education,
yes.
travel. There are many opportunities to promote Pahrump, and they are on board with that, all the commissioners. Yep. And it makes a huge difference, as well as great administration. We are a team of professionals that really enjoy what we do.
I hate to even think about, I know tonight also people are going to be looking at the results of the election, because tonight, that's when everybody has voted today, and results are coming out tonight. And so right after this show, you're probably going to say, yep, my candidate won or my candidate did not win or whatever. That's another whole thing. Things are not going to change that much for us, we hope. But because we've got some good people. Good people are running, and we expect good people to be elected. And if it's the same people, hey, we can't lose.
Yes.
I think this is great. One other thing that we are talking about, education is so important, and we know that Great Basin College is expanding.
Yes.
We know that, well, Frontsight is doing their thing, but they're fantastic.
Yes.
And they bring so many people into our community. And the racetrack is doing a lot. So with all of these things that are happening, and Arlette already mentioned our businesses, the business people they're the face.
They are.
They're the face that tourists see, and that's the impression they get of Pahrump, and people love us.
Yes, they are the front line, and people are very pleased with their experience here. So that tells me that we are treating our visitors really well, so much so that they return.
They want to come back.
And a large portion of our return market segment is our RV market.
Okay.
So recreational vehicles are so popular here. As you may or may not know, we have over 1,300 RV sites in this destination.
Okay.
That's a considerable amount of RV sites to fill.
In comparison to other places around, where do we rate as far as the number of RV spaces?
A large amount of spaces, no doubt. I believe Las Vegas sits at about 5,000 right now. The market is great for us. We would like to see more hotel rooms come here, and we have that on the horizon.
Yes.
We know that we have a new proposed hotel, although I don't know details and don't have them to share, but estimated 100-room hotel going in at Spring Mountain Motor Resort and Country Club.
Okay.
And that will be a welcome addition, and possibly additional hotel in the future.
We never know. But, you know, the big question sometimes we can ask, why are you here? Why did you stay in Pahrump? And when you talk about, you know, the fact that I moved here not knowing I was going to live in Pahrump and fell in love with Pahrump. And that's what people do. And so tourists are the same way.
They are. And one of the market demographics I could tell our viewers tonight is visiting friends and relatives.
Yeah.
That's an actual market segment that the viewer can participate in and take their visiting friends and relatives to visitpahrump.com and make a selection of activities. Decide what they want to do. You can suggest it to them before they arrive here. You know, what would you like to see? Visit this website, see what we have to offer, and then make your trip memorable.
I'm going to say this, and this is, again, something Arlette and I have not talked about. I spent some time in Texas, and I just got back Tuesday night. My daughter from Canada was here with her husband. He's a Canadian, well, they're both Canadians now. And wanted to right away, she wanted to see more of Pahrump. And she was allowed to do that. He's a golfer, so we took him over to Mountain Falls. They can hardly wait to get back here.
See, that's the response I get.
I also took him to the winery for lunch. And yeah, they're sold. So we may have two Canadians moving here.
So much so that we have many house sales happen under those circumstances.
Yes. I love it. They did not want to leave yesterday. They were on their way to California to visit some more friends.
That's a great story. Thanks.
So I just wanted to say that. And they're still talking about it. They called to say, look, we really, really love Pahrump and everything you've shown us. But they were saying, but Pahrump is so big. And I said, yes, it is. And I gave them some reasons for that. But they really enjoyed everything they saw.
Yeah. Well, we have visitors that are so surprised at our wide open spaces.
Yes.
They are actually just so attracted to that. And if you can imagine coming from a large city, which some of us have, that's one of the biggest attractions for us. And just touring through, sometimes, as I mentioned in the previous segment, we will have fam trips that are coordinated by the state. Might be domestic travel operators, it might be international or a combination of such. Might also include a few journalists. And when we arrive in Pahrump, in the coach, I hear so many times, oh, I would love to have an acre of land. Look at these houses.
Yes.
They just love that. You know, and when we tour out to the wineries, they really get to see our community and get a flavor for it. And they really enjoy the wide open spaces.
This is what it's all about. And again, I'll repeat that. When we talk about why each of us decided to stay in Pahrump, why we didn't go back to wherever we were. We came to Pahrump, we saw it, we liked something about it. I want to say one other thing about my daughter while she was here. First time really seeing Pahrump. And it was at night when I got back from Texas, and we're standing there giving her a hug. They're staying at another part of our house. And the light went out, that's automatic, it's on a sensor. And the light went out, and she said, "Look at the stars."
Right.
Look at the stars.
Right.
She said, we don't get to see stars because all the lights around our city and everything else. But here it's so beautiful. So that too is another attraction.
It is an attraction. They actually have what's called dark sky lighting.
Yes.
And Death Valley participates in that, as well as Pahrump. It is one of our features. Stargazing is super popular in the entire Nevada Silver Trails territory. Most of you may have heard about Tacopa's stargazing activities. Tonopah has many as well, and you don't get to see this kind of view everywhere.
It's fantastic. Even at the ballpark, and we have the special lighting just so you can still see the stars.
That's right.
So when we go out of our way to make things appropriate for everybody.
That's right, and we want to see the Milky Way.
Again, I love Pahrump. I have no intention of going anyplace else, and I know how you feel about Pahrump. You've been here long enough now. I'm so glad that you love your job, because I know everybody loves Arlette. And the thing, and the way I wanted to start the show was to talk about the fact that people hear her name, but they don't get to see her. And to have her on my show is just such a treat for me. But I want you to come back for our final session, and we'll have more time with Arlette. Thank you.